And welcome to another live stream watch along reaction. Tonight we are watching and reacting to CS Cartagines versus Jocoro FC in Group A, match day 4 in the 2023 CONCACAF Central American Cup. CS Cartagines contra Jocoro FC en la Copa Centroamericana de la CONCACAF. Grupo A, Jornada 4. Both these teams are up against it. Of course, Jocoro's in trouble. Cartagines, this is their third, I think. This is their third match. They had a bye week already. Let's go to matches. Let's bring up the table. Standings. All right, Group A. Universitario have played 2. Coban Imperial have played 3. Cartagines have played 2. They have 3 points. If they win, they're right up against Saprissa. They lost to Saprissa, and Saprissa has a great goal differential. So Cartagines would be second if they win. Of course, Jocoro would be eliminated. They've already played 3 games. They've been eliminated. This would be their 4th. They have a bye week, week 5. They're out anyway. Universitario and Coban Imperial have a chance to make something out of this. Coban has 3 matches. Their best could be 7 points. 10 points for Universitario is their best. Of course, Saprissa could still get 12 today or this week. We have Cartagines, Jocoro, Universitario, Saprissa. Tomorrow, we can't cover it, but still. There we are. So Cartagines still has a chance to get out of this group if they win their next 2. They got Universitario too, so there you go. Coban next week for Saprissa. With the news that the first match of the day is almost over, Kai versus Real Esteli. This matters for the match later tonight, the second match we're covering. Kai is beating Real Esteli 2-1. Esteli's 4th match. They will finish with 9 points. They've already made it through the group. Kai will have 7 points once this match ends if they hold the win, which means they have to lose next week. Olympia has to win by a lot tonight over Foss, win next week, and hope Kai loses to go through the group stage. Or they get Champions Cursed. Because Champions Cursed is still alive, my friends. Turns out the CONCACAF League Champions Curse is still well and alive. Kai's about to knock Olympia out of this tournament. And if Olympia loses tonight, they're screwed. Or if they draw, anything but a win screws over Olympia, knocks them out of this tournament. Just so you know. Before we go on to the 11s. We have some time anyway. Weird. So how we doing, Henry? How we doing? Anything but a win knocks out Olympia this week. They won't even have the final match week. Anything but a win knocks them out. Kai would be through. Kai Panama would be through. If there's anything but a win. Weird. All right. Anything but a win. Oh, there we go. Here we go. Group B. Esteli will have 9 points. They'll finish on 9. Kai will have 7. The best Olympia could do is 7 points. They basically got to hope Foz do them a solid next week. And Olympia has to win out. And preferably by a lot. They're in trouble. Anything but a win tonight knocks out Olympia. If they win, great. But that's later tonight. Starting 11s for this match. Cartagines versus Jocoro. In goal, Kevin Briseño, Kevin Espinosa, Jaquel Venegas, Alan Guevara, Douglas Lopez. The back 4. It's a back 5. Marcel Hernandez, the back 5. Carlos Barahona, Victor Murillo, the midfield 2, the front 3, Jordan Smith, Aubrey David, and Josimar Pemberton for Cartagines. For Jocoro, in goal, Oscar Sanchez. The back four, Carlos Arevalo, Jose Galindo, Henry Ventura, Herman Aguila. The midfield, the back three, Wilson Rugama, Juan Argueta, Junior Padilla. The midfield three, Elvis Claros, Jaime Ortiz, and Guillermo Fuentes, the front three for Jocoro. Again, Jocoro's already eliminated. They're just playing out this game because they have to. This is their fourth game. Their tournament will end after the night. Cartagines, if they win, they'll be tied for second. Especially, well, for the day. And then, of course, they will be second if Saprissa do win tomorrow. So, things are coming together in this tournament as things stand. Things are coming together. And here we go. Teams have walked out. Cartagines. Cartagines wearing blue and red. A little bit a la Valencia. Interesting. And then Jocoro wearing white. No, I'm not watching Stars on Mars. I could honestly care less. Pretty much where I'm at right now is if I'm not watching football or Golazo Network, I'm watching hurricane coverage. That's where I'm at right now. That's where I'm at right now. So if I'm watching football or Golazo, there you go. If I'm not doing that, or I guess any sports, but especially football, I'm watching hurricane coverage. So, yeah, that's where we are now. Because even though it's an El Nino year, we got a lot of storms. So, no, I'm not watching Stars on Mars. Oh, by the way, it's on Fox anyway. So, even if I wanted to, I couldn't watch it until I get a YouTube TV. So, because thanks, Next Star. Same reason I couldn't watch the Women's World Cup, most of the games in English. At least I could watch them in Spanish. Thoughts on Kai beating Real Esteli. Olympia's walking on a tightrope. That's what my thoughts are. Kai may just, they're very close to getting out of this group. If they win next week, they ain't got to worry what Olympia does. Kevin Briseño, Kevin Espinoza, Jaquil Venegas, Alan Guevara, Douglas Lopez, Marcel Hernandez, Carlos Barahona, Victor Murillo, Jordan Smith, Aubrey David, and Josimar Pemberton for Cartagines. The thing about Kai beating Esteli is pretty much Olympia's in trouble. They win tonight, good. They're still alive until Kai plays at 7 o'clock next Tuesday. Pierre-Luc Lazier, the Canadian, is the official tonight. Lais Arfas, the other Canadian, is the AR, 2 American, 1 American AR, 1 American fourth official. Nima Savgafi, the fourth. Starting 11 for Jocoro. Oscar Sanchez, Carlos Arevalo, Jose Galindo, Henry Ventura, Herman Aguila, Wilson Rugama, Juan Argueta, Junior Padilla, Elvis Claros, Jaime Ortiz, Guillermo Fuentes. Jocoro's already eliminated. They can only throw a spanner in the works for Cartagines. Internacional just beat Bolivar. Only 2 other teams. A Brazilian team beat Bolivar and Copa Libertadores. They won the tournament. Well, I guess we're going to see Internacional playing Inter Miami next year. And in the Club World Cup, which I will be covering the Club World Cup, by the way. I just filled out the rest of the schedule last night. So, like the September window, the October window, the Club World Cup. There'll be a couple of more tweaks because I think the MLS playoffs, like that first round, I don't think it's going to be all those days that they say, but there'll be some tweaks. I put in all the Mexican matches that I'm going to do over the next couple of months because, yes, I am taking heed. I am going to do Sunday night games from Liga MX or Sunday games, Sunday matches, mostly Sunday night, but there may be a Sunday afternoon one in there. And then I may do some Friday and Monday matches as well. That's what I put in there. But I'm doing a good bit of Liga MX matches over the next couple of months as well when I have some open time. So I'm taking heed to the person who said I should do that. Here we go, and we're off here between Cartagines and Jocoro. Jocoro wearing the white and blue. Cartagines wearing the blue and red stripes, which is sort of Alajuelense to me, but okay. Especially how dark the blue is. 1-0. Sporting Internacional. Bolivar. 1-0. 1-0 first leg. Yeah, they got to win the second leg, though, don't they? Cool, can't wait. Nice. I don't remember who told me or who said I should. I mean, of course. I should probably thought of that myself, but somebody was like, you should do more Liga MX games. I'm like, I'll do Sundays because normally I don't have anything to do on Sundays, and I know they put a couple of games on Sunday. And then there were some Fridays. I looked through the schedule. There's some Fridays and Mondays. I'm like, why not? So there's a couple of Leon games. There's a Pumas game in there. There's a couple of Tigres games. I think there's a couple of Pachuca. It's a good selection. It's not like the same team every week. It is a good selection. I got a couple of Tigres games. I got a Monterrey game. I got a couple of Querétaro games. Well, of course, there's 2 teams in each match, but I think I have 2 Querétaro matches I'm doing over the next couple of months, which is only fair considering they did have a little bit of a Cinderella run in the Leagues Cup. I think I'm doing 1 Juarez match, a couple of Leon matches, a couple of Tigres. I think there's 1 with Jolos in there. Couple of Pumas 1 in there as well. Two minutes in. I don't know about the Ligia, but last couple of weeks of the regular season and the playoffs are right with MLS Cup playoffs. So see if we can do the Ligia final, first and second leg at least. Who knows? Neymar debuting with a goal at Al Hilal. Doesn't surprise me. Mango habanero tenders today. They were actually spicy this time. That actually sounds pretty good. So, do you ever watch Liga Dominicana, Ligia? Right now, Mocha's on top, first place with 12. Sabao got 11 points in second place. I've looked at the table. I haven't watched. I do need to subscribe to their YouTube. But Pantoja, though, sort of had a bad season, which if you watch my Caribbean Cup predictions, because it starts this week, the Caribbean Cup video sort of flopped. I don't know why. It is what it is. It's good predictions. This is the most underrated league. I mean, CONCACAF in general, probably. Way underrated. But then you could also say if Messi's ripping apart. But then you could say if Messi's ripping apart MLS and Mexican defenses, is it really underrated? I'm not completely. We could have that argument. I'm not completely sure. Pantoja played not bad when they beat Villarreal last 2 days. Italian press states Chucky Lozano's relationship with Napoli is ruptured. Yeah, he wants to go. I don't hate it. Send him out. Send him away. Send him back to Mexico or wherever he wants to go. But, I mean, Lozano, they got Kvaratskhelia. They don't need him. If Miami wins tomorrow and has the invincible rest of the regular season and then wins the Open Cup, if they're not in the playoffs, I'm going to laugh. If they did that, they'd make the playoffs. I'm just saying. It'd be crazy if they did that, still miss the playoffs by a point. But I would hope. I think they could. That's the funny part. They could. They got 13 matches we know of, 12 League, 1 Open Cup. We could have a 14th, or Miami could have a 14th, depending on what happens tomorrow night, which I'll be live for because, again, Messi Mania. If it worked for Leagues Cup, it certainly will for Open Cup. I would hope. I'll be reviewing that and be live for that tomorrow night because, of course, 8 straight Miami games. Yeah, I couldn't even imagine. The best moment of your life, when you celebrate, you show love to a parent of a friend's parent that passed. Then once you win the title after the game is over, they tell you your father passed. From going from the best thing that's ever happened in your life to be crushed like that, or part of you being crushed, I couldn't even imagine. I couldn't even imagine. It's some I couldn't even imagine. It would probably be the worst thing ever to have that happen. To win the World Cup and then 3 minutes, whatever amount of time later, be told your father passed away 2 days before a day before you played this game. I couldn't even imagine. While knowing you celebrated and respected and showed love to a friend of a friend's family member that passed. It's just something I couldn't even imagine, really. And then, of course, the celebrations for Spain were just absolutely turned into chaos anyway. The Rubiales part of things. So it's like a dark cloud was just over Spain in general after they won the World Cup, which just sucks in general. So they should be able to feel like this is the best thing that's ever happened in their lives. And even then, there's still dark clouds that are over that sky. I hate it for them. Yep. She scored the goal to get him to the final, too. Thoughts on Gio Savarese parting ways with Portland? I heard rumor about TFC coaches. John Herdman is the favorite. I know Gio will be the next one because my thoughts through my mind. Here's the thing. I'd love to have Gio Savarese at TFC. I think he lost the locker room in Portland, but he's a wonderful coach. I love John Herdman. One thing, here's what I want. I want Gio Savarese to either replace Herdman at Canada or be the TFC manager and Herdman stays at Canada. Because I know we're probably not going to get Hervé Renard if Herdman leaves to TFC. I know that's not going to happen. I want it to be Hervé Renard. It will not be. I'll take Gio, though. I think it could easily be a knockout or a international manager who sets them up for knockout tournaments. I think that's his bread and butter. If they give him Canada, we might be better, to be honest. So I'll take Herdman coming to TFC if that means Gio Savarese replaces him. It helps Toronto and makes Canada not completely fall off a cliff. So, you know what? Gio coming to Toronto would also be good for Toronto, but Herdman, I'm gaining my faith back in him. But maybe it's time for him to move on to TFC. And we have a guy like Gio take over for him. So, or Hervé Renard, which we'll see what happens. Chucky could go to LAFC. What are the chances you see of this happening? Well, that'll have to be January now. So Cartagines score. Long ball to the top of the box. They play it to the left side. Shot and a tap-in. Own goal. Directed in by defender of Jocoro. 1-0. Cartagines! Own goal! Because it was directed in by a defender. Maybe they give it to Cartagines, but the last touch was off a defender of Jocoro. Cartagines take the lead. Cross. Tap in, yep, off the defender before it crossed the line. That was just a horrible clearance. The last Cartagines touch came off Marcel Hernandez. Last Jocoro touch. Keeper plays it right to Hernandez. And then, yep, directed into the net. They say Marcel Hernandez scored. Number 2 of Carlos Arevalo directed it into the net of Jocoro. So Hernandez put it onto frame, which is why it's his goal, but it could have been cleared. It was not. That was an absolute failure by Jocoro. They're already eliminated, though. This is their 4th game. It doesn't matter. For Cartagines, it does, but not for Jocoro. #12th minute. That was just horrible. That's on the keeper. Messi did not destroy Liga MX teams. He only played against Cruz Azul, and the only goal he scored was a free kick. That's suspicious. Well, Herc also, the way Herc put it is he destroyed MLS and Liga MX defenders, which is the way I just put it. So, save. I mean, yeah, he didn't really destroy. I mean, he did make some runs against Cruz Azul that were pretty good when he was on the pitch. So, I mean, let's be completely honest. I wouldn't say he destroyed them, but he definitely made them look like mortals. But that's the only team he played. So, you know what? But in the end, just because he didn't score more than 1 goal doesn't mean he didn't make them look like mortals. He made some pretty good runs. Got to be in the position. 13th minute. So, Cartagines up 1-0, 1-0. They're sitting in 2nd place right now with 6 points in the group. Coban has 4. Coban has 4. All right. Universitario has 4 points. So the 3rd and 4th place teams both have 4 points. Saprissa plays Universitario tomorrow. If they win, Coban or Cartagines is definitely 2nd. Coban and Universitario still sitting in 3rd and 4th. With Universitario, they both have 1 match to go. Yes. Coban plays next week. The top 4 finishes off their group next week. Real Esteli does not play next week. Olympia, Xelajú, Independiente Fas, and Group B next week. So, there you go. But the question is this. I know Inter Miami's in the U.S. Open Cup semifinal, but winning U.S. Open Cup is a round 1 berth to Champions Cup. They already got the round 16 berth winning Leagues Cup. The Open Cup berth would go to the winner of the other semifinal, either way. Because if Miami wins Open Cup, if they're playing Real or Houston, whoever's in the final next to Miami already gets that berth. They either get it by winning the cup over Miami, or they get the berth by being the runner-up to Miami, because Miami already has that round of 16 berth through Leagues Cup. So, if Miami makes the final, whoever is playing them is going to Champions Cup. So if it's Real Salt Lake, we know they're going. The finals just to win the trophy. Because either way, they're getting that spot. They lose, they get it as the runner-up because Miami already has a Leagues Cup or Champions Cup spot. They win the cup, they get the spot. So basically, whoever wins the second match tomorrow night. Exactly. So basically, their finals tomorrow, unless Cincinnati wins. But they'll know. They'll know by the time they kick off if really tomorrow's their final. More or less. Because I don't think they're going to make it through the league. So this is their best chance. I mean, RSL could. They've had a pretty good season. But I don't think they'll win MLS Cup. And I don't think they'll make a run in the West to win top of the West. I think St. Louis or LAFC are going to get that. So Portland's out the question. I honestly think Houston and RSL, their best chance, especially Houston, to get into Champions Cup is win Open Cup or just get to the final. Depending on who wins between Cincy and Miami. What team beats Messi first? If it's not Cincinnati, I have no idea. LAFC probably. They'll probably tank that game. If I'm being honest, here's what I'd do if I'm Tata. I tank the LAFC game, not the Miami. I tank the LAFC game. Because you don't want to beat them before you have to play them again. Because you know they may have to play them in Open or the MLS Cup if they go to the playoffs because all bets are off. If it's not Cincy, I couldn't. It's probably LAFC. Because Cincinnati is the best team in the conference. Hell, they're winning the Supporter Shield right now. I know they got beat 3-0 by Columbus, but Columbus sometimes has really good results. Don't take that as what it is. I don't think they rotated, though. I don't even think they'll rotate tomorrow, to be honest. I'd bet on probably. He's playing in Atlanta. So he's playing in Charlotte. He's playing on turf, so yes. I'd bet for the rest of the season, yes. I would bet yes. One 0 Cartagines. Speaking of Miami. There we go. Who we got? So on Saturday, their first league match since the Leagues Cup. They got Red Bulls. They'll beat Red Bulls. Nashville at home. They beat Nashville twice. They beat them in Open Cup. They beat them in the Leagues Cup final. I think they beat Nashville again. They may have something to prove, but I think they beat Nashville again. LAFC, I think they tanked that. Sporting KC, they beat Sporting. They beat Atlanta. They beat Toronto, of course. They beat Orlando. They beat NYCFC. They beat Chicago. They beat Cincy. They may lose to Cincy, but I like their chances. Oh, they have to play Charlotte. Postponed. So 2 Charlotte games in the last games. I think they beat Charlotte twice. That one says postponed, so I guess they were going to play them at home. I guess, okay. 19th minute. Yeah, I think they win everything but LAFC, to be honest. And then, of course, they'll have RSL or Houston. And honestly, they're better than that. So, yeah. I don't see anything. But maybe Cincinnati that last couple of games as well. He said he's playing on turf. He said it himself. So, I guess it's false information just because he said he's playing on turf. Schedule. There we go. Let's go on the MLS site. That's probably better. Yep, tomorrow is Open Cup. Miami needs 9 wins to make playoffs. They could do whatever versus LAFC. That's why I said tank it. Besides, you probably want to keep ace up your sleeve before you play them in MLS Cup. So that would be smart. Yes. Supporter Shield, no. MLS Cup, of course. They make the playoffs. All bets are off. If they make the playoffs, they have a very good chance to win MLS Cup. A very good chance. It's a very good chance. They could win a treble and they were bottom of the league for half the season. How nuts is that? Weird. They could probably do it. You know, I want to see it. Screw it. I want to see it. Just for the freaking dance. Just for the lulz. I want to see it. I want to see the Open Cup, Leagues Cup, and MLS Cup go Miami's way, and they were bottom of the league for half the season. I want to see it. I ain't got nothing else to root for, to be honest. It'd be funny because I was like, hey, this is what I want Toronto to do. Turns out somebody did do what I wanted Toronto to do. It was just Miami. That's probably the salt in the wound, but you know what? Whatever. Decision day is Charlotte. They were going to play Charlotte at home. So, yeah, 2 Charlotte games. They're going to win both. I think they beat Cincy. Cincy does not look good recently. They beat Red Bulls. They beat Nashville. They lose to LAFC, but they're over there and they tank it. They beat Kansas. They beat Atlanta. They beat Toronto. They beat Orlando. They beat NYCFC. They beat Chicago. They beat Cincy. They beat Charlotte on decision day. And they'll play them again at some point in September or October or before that. So, yeah. Cartagines scored a second shot. Long ball. Top of the box. No. Now it is. Goal. Goal de Cartagines. 2-0. 2-0 Cartagines. 2-0, 22nd minute. Pretty much. No. Imagine Miami hosts the wild card game. They may not even need a wild card game if they win everything but LAFC. 9 wins puts us 45 points, which usually lands teams at 9th, and other results to put us at 46-51. But if they host the wild card, Lord have mercy, that'll be nuts. Goal for Cartagines, number 6. Jaquel Venegas scores the goal for Cartagines. Yeah, I think they're going to get out of this group. They don't have to play Saprissa. Luckily, they played them first. They could get 9 points. I think they do. Yeah, I think it's Cartagines Saprissa to come out of this group, which I think I had that predicted. I'll have to check. I think I predicted Cartagines Saprissa. Yeah, so there you go. 2-0. Second game's on FS2, by the way. Or the second game I'm covering, the third game of the day, but you know what I mean. Of course, Miami's on Pluto TV Golazo Network tomorrow, which is the one I'm covering. That's the only one I'm covering because, again, Messi Mania. Probably the best thing that's ever happened. Just need Miami to make MLS Cup, and I'll be on my way to see them no matter where I have to go. Probably LA, but I could see St. Louis. I don't know if I'll make that game. But St. Louis versus Miami, I don't know if I'll be there. That'll be probably a bridge too far. But yeah, St. Louis, Miami, I could see it happening. Just for the weather. Oh yeah, it's also on Telemundo. Yes, it's a Peacock, but I'll use Golazo. Any change in each club MLS for the upcoming season? There'll be some manager changes and there'll be some player changes. Oh, trust me, I'll try to do everything in my power. Don't get me wrong, but even then, that's going to be tough. But I'm giving you my word. I'll try. I'll try everything in my power. Messi though, I don't know. The vlog may do better than the live stream. I don't know. We'll see. I still got to go live for the Club World Cup final, so. Yeah, we'll save the suit for the Champions League draw then, or Champions Cup draw. Yeah. $26-minute. $27-minute. Oh, by the way, how close is Ballpark Village to City Park? Not that far. City Park's closer to Union Station, yeah. But they have in Ballpark Village Drunken Fish, the restaurant Drunken Fish, Japanese restaurant, pretty good. I'd go there if that's a good restaurant to go to. So. $27-minute. Still 2-0 Cartagines. I'm sure the Olympia game will do better than this. Just got a projector I'm watching on it. You're using half the wall. So when you're saying wall, you're not using it like outdoors? Bethas or the Amsterdam Tavern. I've never heard of either of those places. That's the first I've heard of those places. Is it close to Laclede's Landing? Like, where exactly? Is it close to Laclede's Landing or indoors? Oh, so it's not like one of those outdoor projectors. So, I mean, well, honestly, 7 o'clock. True. Well, even though Hurricane Hillary was a bust, at least I was told it was, at least in San Diego. I was told it was a bust. So, I was told. Mostly just rain, is what I heard. I was told it was a bust. By a friend. 28th minute. $2-0. It rained for 2 or 3 days. Yeah, pretty much what I heard rain. There were some mudslides in like the Coachella Valley, but now that I knew from the Weather Channel. You said that. That's what clicked in my brain. I'm like, yeah, he did say he was from San Diego. You're not the friend that told me it was a bust, though. Well, you just said in your, but of course, a couple of days ago. You're not the friend who told me it was a bust. Small world. 29th minute. $2-0. I mean, Cartagines are going to score more. They have to. Beth is close to City Park on Olive Street Road, and Amsterdam is on Morgan Ford Road, both in the city. Okay. Shot past the post. 4 minutes with 1.7-mile drive between Ballpark, City Park. Thought you could try fast food, including City Park Grill. I just researched on Google. I was 4 minutes in between Ballpark Village and City Park. I mean, yeah, if you wanted to go to the Drunken Fish, either before or after the game, or just wanted to go there, I mean, yeah, that don't sound too bad. Hey, at least the good news is if you have to change it to St. Louis, you don't have to spend as much money. Lambert isn't half bad. I mean, the last time I used Lambert was when I was 5, but Lambert ain't too bad. Last I remember, he won't play in MLS. Serves more food. It used to be where the music venue Firebird was. Speaking of bars and grills and taverns that have a music venue, Blueberry Hill in the Del Mar Loop. It was a good It's a good restaurant. I haven't went to it since it's been a while, even before the melting pot over at Del Mar closed. But if I went back to the Del Mar Loop, I would do 2 things: go to Blueberry Hill and get Insomnia cookies if it's still there. I don't know what's in the Del Mar Loop at this point because the melting pot's not there anymore. That one closed. I know they brought back the trolley, though. Why won't they quit that? Why are they trying to make this trolley happen? It just won't happen. Oh, me and my dad walked past him one time when we were at Blueberry Hill. We were walking down the sidewalk close to Blueberry Hill. We walked past Chuck Berry. Yeah. It was like 2012, I think. But we walked past him. So, small world, right? I think it was like 2012. But 2011, 2012. Yeah, we walked past him, though. Like, he was going this way, we were going that way. We were going that way. It was... Speaking, you brought that one up, 40 minutes from Tijuana. Yeah, it ain't far from San Diego. About the trolley had an accident on the first day it opened. Of course it did! This trolley is never going to happen. They keep trying. It's never going to happen. They close it 6 months later. They bring it back a year later, and then it happens again. Been plugging at this for a decade, and it never goes on. Singer. I think he may have acted a couple of times too, but I know he sang. But I think he may have acted once or twice. I think. But exactly. The loop trolley, the little engine that can't. Yeah, I'm going to start. Yeah, I'm going to start calling it that. Yeah, that's perfect. That's perfect. I think the same dude who was the manager of the melting pot was the guy who tried to push through the loop trolley. So he gets rid of the melting pot, but he still tries this trolley thing. 3-0 for Cartagines. Really, man? About the trolley. I'm like, you couldn't keep the melting pot open, though? Yeah, sure. Here's 3-0. Cross in. Tap in. Oh, my God. Goal. Oh, my Lord. This Jocoro defense is horrible. Goal. Josemar Pemberton scores. 3-0 Cartagines. 3-0. Josemar Pemberton scores. Oh, Cartagines' defense is just... Oh, no, so it's offside. It's offside. It was offside. Pulled to Chris Donovan and skied the tap in. Jocoro's defense, my God. Somebody bleach my eyes. This is horrible. True, but musician. But I honestly got to say, I like Delmar Loop more in Town and Country. It was offside. Yeah, they didn't put the 3 up there. But I will say, I like the Loop better than Town and Country. Like, I wish where they were building that Drunken Fish in Edwardsville, they'd build a melting pot there. Maybe they are. I don't know. It'd be easier. Probably cheaper, too. Well, at least cheaper to get there. I mean, yeah, Town and Country does have, like, a little nice bar restaurant that's, like, next to the melting pot that's right there. What was it called? I don't remember. Just went there a couple of weeks ago, and I don't remember. It was the Saturday before. Shot cleared. The Saturday before. Gold Cup, I think. Or that weekend. Smart play. Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and then Sunday to come back. Vintage vinyl. Yeah, I would love that. I would love that place if I had a record player. If I had a record player, I would go in there and buy like 6, 7 records. Like, I want a record player. I want like not a vintage record player, but a record player because I want to buy vinyl records. But I don't have a record player. So why buy the records? It's like if I wanted to buy VHSs, I need to buy a VHS, old VHS machine. And if I wanted to play Betamaxes, I would want, you get the point, laser discs. I like all the older thing, you know. Welcome to the Oddity Archive. Pretty much. Except I don't sit behind a box. Welcome to the Oddity Archive. But yeah, I think I went in there once, even without, but like, I have a freaking record player and I go in there, hell, I'd buy like 4 Billy Joel records, maybe a George Strait record or 2, Hank Williams Jr., Prince. I would spend at least $200 in there. It's not. Nice. And then, of course, maybe they have like newer records as well. So I know V Stock also has some records as well. But the newer stuff, but maybe they have some newer stuff. It's vintage vinyl, but of course, if it's on vinyl. Randy Travis on vinyl. How we doing, Rory? Hit Universal, Disney, and Knott's Berry Farm in 5 to 6 days next year while attending VidCon. And it would just be regular Knott's Berry Farm, not Knott's Scary Farm. I wonder if all the roller coasters they rode during Roller Coaster Commotion is still there. Jog Wheel, of course. Hank Sr. and Hank 3 records. Nice. Wasn't fully Gio's fault. He's going to find another MLS job. Frankly, you know what? I wouldn't be mad if Herdman went to Toronto and Gio took over at Canada. I think an international job would be great for Gio. Like, he's always good at getting his team ready to play in knockout tournaments. I think Gio would be awesome for Canada, considering they know they're in the World Cup and they know they should make the Copa America, and they could play the Nations League finals next year. Well, if they make Copa America. So, I would like to see, you know what? Yeah, Herdman goes to Toronto, and Gio Savarese goes to Canada if we can't get Hervé Renard. That sounds good to me. Hello, Steve. Yeah, you don't want Tuca. Tuca's lost it. He's done. Yeah. Hugo Perez, though, I could see it. 41st minute, 2-0. 2-0 Cartagines. Looks like they'll hold serve going into the second half. And that's a fall. Free kick. Nope, advantage play. Hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. Let's get this one going. Super chats are on. I would like Hugo. Yeah. For Portland. Yeah, I can see it. But we need to stop. I guess the Portland going on a run thing is not going to happen. For me, with Portland not making the playoffs and Toronto, of course, probably winning the wooden spoon, I'm really going to root for St. Louis and Miami in the playoffs this year. I'll be happy for Nashville if they go deep, of course. But like my main two are St. Louis and Miami this playoff season. Over the bar, Cartagines does not clinch anything with a win or a loss, but it certainly is better for them to be up 2-0 up. Yeah, they're in second place. Tied for second as of now. Jocoro are out. This is their fifth game. This is it. They're out. They have 0 points. They will have 0 points. They were already out. They're certainly out now. This is their fourth game. Next week is their bye week anyway. Second on goal difference. And if Saprissa win, Cartagines will certainly be second. And they got to play. They got to play again next week, fourth. But you know what I meant, because it's 5 weeks and then 4 matches out of 4 weeks. You have a bye week. They don't have to play week 5. That's what I meant. I got the 4 and 5 mixed up. That's good. At least you have a silver lining. We don't. Not Scary Farm is like a Halloween, like it's their Halloween festivities. That's all I know. I just know they do it. I've just known they do it, which is their Halloween festivities. It's like Halloween Horror Nights, so to speak. No, I knew it before that. Horror Nights, on the other hand, no. Well, I probably knew about the name, but I knew more about it because Shotzi Blackheart loves to talk about it. So, yeah. Like the Toy Story one? Is the eye in the sky. Yeah, it's just going to be regular, yeah. I think I heard about the Scary Farm part from Jogwheel, I think. Or that's when I first heard about it. It was probably they were talking about it when they were doing the Knott's Berry Farm episodes of Roller Coaster Commotion. Have you ever been to California before? No. No, I have not. I'd love to go to San Diego. I mean, LA probably isn't that much. I mean, LA would probably be nice too, but or San Francisco, but I have not been to California. Well, actually, I think, no, my mom was. Actually, technically, no, yes, I think my mom was pregnant with me when she went to San Francisco. So actually, technically, no, I have been. I just wasn't, I was just in my mom's belly. I think. I think. Yeah. Was that? I'll check on that one. But technically, if that's the case, yeah, technically, if I'm not misremembering, technically, yes, I have been. Technically, yes. But not exactly. Technically, yes, but 2-0 halftime. Yeah, I remember. I think I've seen that the clip of that before. I do. Yeah, I do. 2-0 halftime. There it is. 2-0 at the half. 2-0 at the half. If I'm remembering correctly. But it's technically. I'll see if I remember correctly. What happens when there's a draw? This tournament's crazy. There's a lot of different. Oh, by the way, Olympia is walking up on a tightrope, by the way. If Olympia loses or draws tonight, they're eliminated. If they win, they got to hope Independiente loses and they win next week. Honestly, they won 2-1. I mean, yeah, this game's sort of boring. I wouldn't watch. Well, not a bad show, but I'd rather watch. I mean, I've watched TLC shows before when my Nana was still alive. She loved those shows. My Nana loved those TLC shows. I haven't really watched them since she passed. But she used to really love, like, Dance Moms, Bring It, 600-Pound Life, Untold Stories of the ER, which, I like that. I like that. Yeah, I haven't really watched Pimple Popper was after, but yeah. She used to really love the shows. Catfish was on MTV. Catfish was on MTV. I like Dr. Pimple Popper. Valid, yeah. I mean, 600-Pound Life is just. It's just. It's interesting, but it's like, why do you not even listen? It's like Dr. Now is just pushing them to do what they're supposed to do, and they don't even listen. Like, come on. It's like, yeah. Oh, yeah, True TV does. They do court cam now? Put a Jolo's game in there. Put a Jolo's game in there, too. Why not? Hey. My Nana really loved wrestling, too. So, that's a small world. That's probably the only two people that had that cross section there. Yeah. If Steli won today, they would have clinched the top spot in their group. But they lost. They're still through. All right, avocado. All right, avocado. What are you doing now? Ugh. Some channel does. But, well, yeah, I did. But still. Halftime, we got to take a break at the half. We've had some fun here. That is like the only cross section. Winners of each group play another group runner-up. They play a winner of the group winner. The best group winner plays the worst runner-up. The second best group winner plays the second worst runner-up. It's not like by group. The third best group winner plays the sixth seeded team, and then 4 and 5 play each other. It's not by the groups. How we doing, Adam? They probably will. I agree. I'd say yes, they will. So you want to win the group if possible? Yes, because I'll put your top 4 seeds. That means you'll host the second leg as well, I think. Yeah. So losing the group or being the second team is not as good. Central American Cup is on right now. Yeah. Well, was one of those after Over the Edge? Was Over the Edge? Was one of those cards like right after Over the Edge? Yeah, Shayla, who are out. With that being said, we'll take a short break at the half, talk about the stats. I'll be back. Sit tight. We'll be back. 2-0, Dos Settle. We back for the stats at the half. Yeah, if they win both and Kai wins next week. Funny joke. Yeah, that is a funny joke. Triple H wouldn't let somebody pin him. Interesting. Especially if it's LA. I get Orlando's probably crazier. At least that's my thought. I don't know. Yeah, I would agree with that. With Portland. Stats at the half. 9 shots to 3. 8 shots on goal to 2. Yeah, that would make sense. No assists to no assists. 3 steals to 1. 10 fouls to 6. 56% possession, 44% possession. 1 offside to 0. 3 corner kicks to 1. 199 correct passes to 146. 28 incorrect passes to 24. 237 passes to 170. 88% pass accuracy to 86. 1 yellow to 1. No red cards on either side. Honestly, 2-0, 2-0, Cartagines. To me, the thing that gets me is Cartagines and Jocoro. It's been a pretty tight match. The only reason Jocoro's losing is their defense is horrible. Their defense has made 2 horrible mistakes, allowed 2 goals, and other than that, they'd be drawing. But now they're basically behind the 8 ball. I know they're already eliminated, but still. To me personally, don't like it. For them, I should say. I mean, yeah, dominant, but if they didn't allow 2 goals, if they didn't let their defense allow 2 goals, this would still be a draw. And they'd be tied for 3rd. Or they would be 4th, even with a point. So, it is what it is. So, dominant, but things have went their way. I agree with that. Except Brandon Vasquez is a little bit better than Jesus Ferreira, but I would agree with that. Kai has 7 points. We're already there. Here we go. So standings are already updated. Teams have walked out. Kai are at 7 points. They have a 3-goal differential, a +3 goal differential. Olympia needs to win and by a lot to even have 4 points, sit 3rd place, and have a chance to overtake the goal differential. Kai needs to lose to Foz next week as Olympia beats Shelahu. Shelahu have 1 match to go. They could only get 6 points. They're already eliminated. Foz are eliminated. Olympia, anything but a win will eliminate them tonight. They win, they have a chance next week. But they got to hope Foz does them a solid and wins their final match. Kai could win the group with a win over Foz next week. And they would still be 2nd with a draw, but they would be over Olympia. Anything but a win, anything but a loss for Kai next week will put them through. Anything but a win tonight for Olympia ends them before next week even happens. Good call. He means bets. Second half's about to start. Of course, Group C and D will play over the next 2 days. Herediano has 1 more match to play. Comunicaciones has 2 to play. Aguila has 2 to play. Dirianhen has 1 to play. They're already eliminated because they have 4 points, or they would only be able to have 4 points. That would put them best 3rd. Real España needs some help, but they have to play one of the teams they could jump. But if Herediano is 2nd and Comunicaciones gets more than 6 points, España is pretty much eliminated too. Real España versus Dayan. This is one I'm covering on Thursday. 45th minute. Here comes Cartagines. Cross-in header. Motagua Alajuelense look like they're both going to get out of the group. Alajuelense plays this week. If they win, Motagua Alajuelense is for first place. Miguelito, Alonso, and Verdez are all eliminated. There you go. Second half has started here between Cartagines and Jocoro. Faz and Olympia is the next game we cover. Olympia has to go down to El Salvador, and they have to win. Nothing else helps, or nothing else is good for them. They lose, they're eliminated. They draw, they're eliminated. They have to win. And then hope Faz does them a solid next week by winning before they play. Faz, Jaw, Plata. Interesting. Playing forward. João Plata of formerly of Toronto FC is playing at CD Foz now. No joke. Oh my word. João Plata, formerly of Toronto FC, plays for Foz now. Lord, that's a fall from grace. Lord, you know what? The bad thing is he's probably better than half of our players right now. Oh, no. Now, the bad thing is he's better than half of our players right now, probably still. And he's probably going to rip Olympia apart because, you know, champions curse and all that. And I'll be happy for him. I was like, João Plata, that can't be our João Plata. Or that can't be the one that played for us. Nope, it is. Went from Ecuador to El Salvador on a free. He couldn't have went back to Toronto? What? He went there in August. We went for Prince Owusu. Oh. This team is going to make me cry. This team is going to make me cry. Yeah, Group C. I agree. It's either Group B or C. And yeah, I'm disappointed in Real España too. They did not play to the level I expected. I thought they'd get out of the group. Nope, it's Herediano and Comunicaciones. I thought Herediano, again, as I said, I was very surprised about how quick Herediano built back. I thought they needed a little bit of a retool, a reload, a rebuild, and they had it. They did it pretty quickly. Herediano's back to what I thought they were. Real España, on the other hand, it's more like the Vancouver team. We could have easily brought him back on a free transfer, but no. CD Foz are out. They are. But who's to say that they don't surprise some people. It's about Olympia here. Or had like 4 Cokes today. This is my third. That's it. So you're talking about you. Do you prefer back 3, back 4, back 5? Back 4. Back 4. To me personally, I think a back 5 really is just a back 3 with wing backs. So back 3 and back 5 are the same thing in my book. At least the way I'd want to play. A back 3 and a back 5 are the same thing. You have 3 center backs and then 2 wing backs. What's the difference, so to speak? Not really anything. Back 4. I think back 4 gives a perfect width, a perfect amount, space. Like, I guess in defense, the 5 is harder to score against, but really a back 3 is a back 5. Like, I hate when people say, oh, it's a back 5. No, it's a back 3 with wing backs. Shelahu and Foz are both out of contention, yes. Because Shelahu's played 3 matches. They only have 3 points. They need to have 7. So they're out. Foz has played 3 matches. This is their second match. They have 0 points. They can only get 6. They're out. Yes. Olympia is the only one who has a chance out of the bottom 3. And even then, it's tight. Midfield will be sorted. Oh, yeah. Olympia must beat Foz tonight to keep any hope alive to finish second. Then Foz has to pull a surprise against Kai before Olympia plays next week. So. Well, I said Cavalier Defense Force. So. That's what I said. So. That's next week. Right, but it's still, they don't control their own destiny. Well, fair enough, but I'm just saying. They only control what they control. But basically, they control tonight. Then what they can control next week is decided by the fact of what Kai does against Foz before they play each other. Or before Olympia plays. But they'll know. If their game matters or not. Because I think they play the 9 o'clock after Foz plays 7. Foz and Kai play at 7 next week. So, there you go. Oh, no, I don't cry. I'm just depressed. Correct. No, I haven't cried yet. I don't. No. The team depresses me, but that's the only thing. Other than that, no, I'm doing good. I'm happy. The team, though, well, what can you do? At least playing tonight. Yep. I think we'll know most of everything by week 5, though. Sports are none to get depressed over. As I said, I'm not depressed. I'm happy. I'm just not. I said everything else, I'm happy. The team just pisses me off. How about I word it like this? My life is swell, but Toronto FC pisses me off. How about that? Is that better? Is that better for you? '55th minute. I'm happy with John Herdman being the Toronto FC manager, but he's not going to do anything for the rest of the year. This is pretty much a 2024 and plus move. Hopefully there's a little bit of a bounce, but nice. Happy birthday. Happy birthday. I just said that the last time TFC played. I said if Mississippi State have the season I think they will. And it was basically the deal was TFC play like absolute shit and have a horrible season just so Mississippi State could have the fairy tale season, win it for Mike Leach thing. I'm fine with that. I'll take that deal. Sucks we couldn't get CONCACAF Champions Cup, but you know what? That's the one thing I didn't really want out of that deal. And by the way, we're doing better than 10-2. By the way, we're going to go more than 10-2. We're going to win 11 games at least. Maybe 12-0. Bama ain't nothing this year. South Carolina doesn't scare me. LSU's a joke. Jaden Daniels is a fraud of a quarterback. LSU doesn't scare me. So, if you heard Mike Leach's press conferences last year, you could tell he was coughing a lot more. He had some sort of infection that led to whether it was cardiovascular. He had some sort of cardiovascular infection that led to his heart attack because he never got it checked because he cared more about the team than he was putting everything into the team. I think he knew that it was one or the other, and he chose to put it all to the team. Which, knowing Leach, that's probably that's his mentality, you know. Knowing him, he wanted to go out in a blaze of glory, which he did. He had a damn good season. Won the Egg Bowl. Won his first Egg Bowl. He chose to put it all into the team. And I'm not surprised he did. That's exactly how he probably wanted to go out, to be honest. Was putting it all into the team. That's just Mike Leach for you. That's just him for you. Shot, goal! Goal, Cartagines, 3-0. 3-0. Venegas scores once again. Or no. It's 3. Because he had an affinity for Pirates. Blackbeard had affinity for Pirates. And it just followed him. He just had affinity for history as well. But 3-0, time to... I'll finish this match. But it's over. But Cartagines wins 3-0. Guevara scores. Alan Guevara scores. Venegas, Hernandez, Venegas, Guevara are the 3 goal scorers. There you go. You ever coach for EC? No, he didn't. Kentucky, Oklahoma, Texas Tech, Washington State, Mississippi State. And, well, of course, Iowa Wesleyan, I think he was there. From some Georgia school. Wazoo, yeah. I'm an only child. I have no sisters, no brothers, only child. 3-0. Game over. But exactly. I agree with that. One of the West Louisville 4. Hey, I've always had a soft spot for Wazoo. Of course, because Mike Leach was there. But I still have a soft spot for him. And Texas Tech. I was always a fan of Leach, even before he came to state. I was always a fan of him. And if I was a football manager, this defense is really bad. Yes. If I was an association football manager, I would be personally, I think I'd be very similar. or I'd be the Association for Football version of Mike Leach. I mean, just look at these streams. I mean, how much weird stuff do we talk about? Like, how much opinions do I just throw out there? How many opinions do I throw out there? I talk about whatever the hell I want. Come on now, I mean. I think my mind works pretty much the same, to be honest. Herdman's leaving the Canadian national team. It's official. Who do you think could replace him, and what are your thoughts? I'd rather it be Hervé Renard or Gio Savarese. I would love to have Herdman replaced by Hervé Renard or Gio Savarese. I'm fine with it. I think Canada needs a little bit more play to build up, and a manager who heavily influences them, heavily gets them up for games. Gio Savarese does that well in knockout stages. He's honestly a perfect knockout stage manager. So I'm good with that. And hopefully Herdman, that's Herdman going to TFC then, isn't it? Herdman going to TFC then. Valdosta State. There we go. Cal Poly, College of the Desert, Pori Bears. Yeah, he coached in Finland too. Iowa Wesleyan, Valdosta State, Kentucky, Oklahoma, Texas Tech, Washington State, Mississippi State. I'm happy with it. I'm happy with Herdman taking over TFC. We need a culture. We need to build a culture. His tactics are good enough for MLS. We need to build a culture. I don't see how this fails. I don't. I think so. But yeah, it's good. I mean, true, yes. I mean, if you go to medical school, I mean, you are if she's being a smart ass, now that's different. But you got to be smart to go to medical school. I ain't seen no idiot luck into going to medical school. So she must be very smart. Now, if she acts like a smart ass, no, that's different. So, but she's got to be smart to go to medical school. I ain't seen no dumbass luck into medical school. So that's just not a thing. Or lawyer. And that's the one thing that's useful. Or that's one of the things that are more useful. So at least for an education, just doing something that you get your return on investment for. You know, you have to pay in more, but at least you get return on investment. So there you go. And there's your Mike Leach moment of the night. There's your Leachian moment of the night. There we go. There we go. There it is. See? There we go. There it is. There it is. 64th minute. Yep, Comunicaciones can clinch a quarterfinal spot with a win over Aguila tomorrow night. I'll keep an eye on the standings, but is up. She's deep 35K. Yeah, that sounds about right. That sounds about right. But again, you can at least make that back. At least you're going to get something after going to medical school. You're going to be in the field you want to be in, and you're going to get to at least pay off that at least by the time you're 50. Hopefully before. But it seems like James Dolan's just suing the Raptors to sue the Raptors. I think it's just James Dolan being a litigious SOB. That he is, of course. He's being litigious. This is just totally like he's bringing up a suit just to muddy the waters. And it's like, but they signed into every team can use it, you litigious prick. You litigious prick. Yeah, maybe he signed in with his New York sign-in, which was the problem. But other than that, I hope Darko doesn't get fired for this. People are like, oh no, Darko's going to get fired. Not anymore, but what is this? What is this? Ay, ay, ay. But if that means we got Sergio Scariolo instead of Darko, you know what? I won't complain. Or Jerry Stackhouse. Again, I won't complain. It should have been them in the first place. Should have been them in the first place. 66th minute if the Raptors were to fire. Header. Goal. Oh. No, it didn't go over the line. True. OG's not getting traded. Now, Pascal maybe, but OG's not getting traded. Hernan Losada's a good manager. He does well with Montreal. He's making them look like a really good team, a tough side. He's done some really good things with them that I didn't expect him to do. So I at least respect him tactically. I don't know if he fat shames his players anymore, but I do respect him as a tactical manager. I think he does well with Montreal. He's building something nice up there. They're doing a lot better than I expected. I thought he was about to be a patsy. Turns out he's honestly maybe just better than Wilfried Nancy, or at least is keeping things afloat. So I respect him for his sake. I mean, the Habs might make the wild card, I think. I could see it. 68th, 67th minute. I could see it. Jocoro. I feel like James Dolan still wants to get Masai Ujiri back for the Carmelo trade and the Bargnani trade. I feel like that's what's happening here. Because Masai fleeced James Dolan twice with the Carmelo trade in Denver, and then, of course, the Andrea Bargnani trade. Of course he is. Liga MX Chivas versus Tijuana, Mazatlan versus Pachuca still scoreless as they return from League's Cup. 68th minute. Cross in. Did he try to scorpion kick that? Oh, God. After doing that, I'd pull him off. I'd be like, dude, you freaking missed that. How about you kick it straight on? Don't do a scorpion kick unless you have the room to do it. Sit down. Remember when Mancini took Balotelli off for doing that back heel? Yeah, that's pretty much what I would have done there. I've been like, just trying to scorpion kick that ball, like in traffic, and then you put it wide. Yeah, you know what? No, you're coming off. You're coming off. I don't care if one of my subs aren't even adequately warmed up yet. You're coming off. You're coming off. And I'm going to bench you for the next game, too. Don't do that. Group C, Real España must hope for Aguila to beat Comunicaciones tomorrow. They need to beat Didion Hen on Thursday. Very unlikely. Hey, the last time the Habs made the Stanley Cup, they barely snuck in to the playoffs. So, hey, you have that to go by. If you sneak in, maybe. Especially if you play the Leafs. Seriously, we kept Keefe, but we didn't. We got rid of Dubas, but not Keefe. Yeah, idiots. Yep. 70th minute. $20 minutes to go here, and then we'll move on to Olympia versus Faz. 70th minute. Nice. Nice play. Herediano clinch quarterfinal spot by doing nothing at all if Aguila lose tomorrow. Yep. Because they already have 7 points, and España can only get 6. So that means Comunicaciones and Herediano are already through. Both of them. Comunicaciones needs to lose out, and España has to win by a good couple of goals and win out to get out of the group. If Comunicaciones wins, España's done. Herediano's through as well. Everybody else is done. Didionhen was already eliminated. Aguila was pretty much up against it, even though they won. Sir Dawson Daly coming on for Cartagines. So 72nd minute. '72nd minute. Tomorrow we just got Open Cup, and we got one Caribbean Cup, one Central American Cup game we're going to do on Thursday, Friday off, I think. And shot past the post. Tomorrow, Open Cup. Yep, Miami. Miami, Cincinnati tomorrow. Then, of course, we're doing Golden Lion, Cavalier versus Golden Lion live, and then Real España Didionhen live in RSR Thursday. So 1 tomorrow, 2 Thursday. Save, shot, goal, 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 goal de Cartagines, Guevara, 4-0. That's got to do it. That's got to do it. That's that. What a goal. Well, it was just a tap in, but still. At this point, Motagua on bye. They clinch a quarterfinal spot with Alajuelense win or draw at Miguelito on Thursday. And then Motagua Alajuelense plays week 5. They play for first place if Alajuelense wins, which that is a game to do. That is a game to do. Motagua Alajuelense play for first place. Yeah. Adios, Jocoro. They were already out. This was their 4th match. Yeah, adios, because they finally leave the house. LAFC plays against Colorado Rapids at BMO Stadium tomorrow. Yeah, that game is... Isn't that the one that got postponed due to Hillary? I think it was. How do they postpone that one to the next Wednesday, but the freaking Galaxy's game gets freaking postponed to October? That makes no sense. 4-0, 4-0. There we go. 76th minute. 10 more minutes or 14 more minutes. Probably no stoppage time, and then this game is over. That is not a winning soccer formula. It's the 16th goal Jocoro have allowed in 4 matches this competition. 4 goals a match, 4-8-12. Yeah, 4 goals a match. That's hell. Jocoro. Yeah, JFC is about right, isn't it? I love how their acronym is JFC. That's about right. Watching them play, yeah, that's about right. You see JFC play? Huh? Jocoro FC. Oh, I thought you meant Jesus effing Christ. Yeah, that's about how they play, yeah. That's about how they play, yeah. That's what watching them makes you say. Aguilar, the only Salvadoran club that have any success. Yeah, Foz hasn't done really well in this tournament either. It's weird. It's weird. 78th minute. Amazon package is late. Yeah, that's my bad. Yeah, that wasn't. I couldn't help but make fun of them, the team. So that was. Yeah, probably shouldn't have, but I couldn't help but make fun of Jocoro and how bad they play. So, and was it worth it? Probably not. But you know what? I never said I was a perfect Christian. I have a lot to repent for. We all do. Let's be honest. We all do. We all have things to repent for every day in our lives. Confession is for Catholics, but confession's for Catholics. But still. I don't now Southern Baptists don't do confession. That's Catholics. I'm the man in the box. Straighten up, mortal soul, and get to the box. I think they renamed it. Ah, there you go. There you go. Speaking from your own experiences. 80th minute. But 4-0. I hope they don't have stoppage time here. That would be a waste of my time and everybody else's time. Hope there's no stoppage. We don't. We don't judge here. You can be whatever you want to be. Penance and reconciliation are the official term. Okay. I bet most of them still call it confessional. Or, yeah, I think most people probably still call it confession, yeah. My guess. But we don't judge here. You can be Christian, agnostic, atheist, Catholic. Here we celebrate the religion of football. On this channel, we celebrate the religion of football. I didn't see anything. I didn't see anything. Throw the towel. Yeah, all football technically, and just any sports, but mostly association football. Sometimes we talk hockey. Sometimes we talk gridiron, college football. Sometimes we talk the NFL playoffs. Sometimes talk basketball. Not really. Baseball, maybe once in a while. What are your thoughts on bad passing? You mean back passing? Back passing is bad passing. To me, you only pass forward. The only time you back pass is to basically play it to the open up a lane. Open up the forward lane, of course. And pretty much basically side passing. You don't go 30 yards back. If you've watched, you've known. Have you been out with a Logan Paul beef and Dylan Danis? Yes. Yes. Because Logan Paul's fiance has been... Dylan Danis is just absolutely ripping her to shreds. And basically calling Logan a simp. Yeah. Logan Paul always has beef. Like, the man never is not beefing somebody. Like, come on now. The man's never not beefing somebody. Or maybe it's one-sided with Dylan Danis, but I don't know. '84th minute. Exactly. Good. Quickly grabs the remote to find the Spanish language channels. Penalty for Chivas, apparently. Penalty for Chivas. People are asking questions about VAR. I don't know if they're going to trust that again. VAR is VAR. I mean, I don't trust VAR anyway. I never have. I hate it. I hate VAR. I think it's a joke. I think VAR is an absolute... It's a joke. Whether it's in England, the USA, yes, but it's Olympia's colors. It's blue and red. It's like colors like half the Central American teams that don't have any Central American specific kits yet. So this does the job. And it has for like 3 years. I was fed up since day one of VAR. What are you talking about? How about off the crossbar? I know there's human error, but that's the point. There's always, besides, the VAR errors are worse than the human errors, to be honest. Like, I've seen calls that go to VAR that I'm like, no, I'd be fine with that. Chivas just missed the penalty for real, so they didn't deserve to have it in the first place. Ball don't lie. Show me the replay, make it convince me, but I'm going to guess. If you miss the penalty and there's questions about VAR, ball don't lie. No, I did. The Blue Jays versus Seattle Mariners wild card game 1. I did that live on this channel last year. You just weren't here, but I did it. And I'll do some Blue Jays playoff games if they make the playoffs, which is questionable at this point. Did you see Pulisic's game? Yeah, he scored for AC Milan. I also went to the Cardinals Blue Jays game last year. I vlogged it, but I did not cover it. But I went there. And I think I also did a RSR for Blue Jays versus Rays in 2020. So, as I said, very rarely. But Chivas versus Jolos. Yeah, that's the problem. At least the Astros look like crap. So, maybe we have a chance to at least overcome them. VAR's conditioned the eye to look at calls the wrong way. That may be true. You know what? I could see that being true. I don't disagree. Because you got to look for the contact and look for anything they consider a contact, which, yeah. When it really should be the severity of the contact, so to speak. To me, if it's something that's basically a dive and it's like a little bit of a breeze of wind, like it's like the follow through, yeah, to me, no. Like the breeze of wind follow through is what takes somebody down? No. Even if there was a touch there. But to me, if you're basically clattered into somebody, now there we go. Yeah, that's a stonewall. To me personally, I would rather call it on the severity of the collision, to be completely honest. There are some things and I'm like, oh, I see the trailing leg get them, or the momentum of the trailing leg create like a gust of wind to make somebody tumble over. No. Some of the VAR calls are soft. Altuve been out the whole time, never knew until yesterday. I didn't know till now either. Altuve's out. Well, that's probably why the Astros suck. There we go. Exactly. True. But yeah, judgment calls. It's sort of like baseball replay, you know? It's like, okay, you're calling bang, bang plays. Like, for me, I'm okay. I'm okay with NFL and college instant replay. Most of the time, they're at least using it for a right decision, or at least to make a decision. Baseball and VAR and football are the very similar things. I don't like replay in baseball. I don't like VAR. It's really just decision. It's really just judgment calls. It's like, oh, we missed that, but it's a soft contact. Let's check it, and we're probably going to give it. Like, what? Or his toe grazed the bag as the tag was being applied. Balls and strikes. Now, I'm fine with the automatic ump there. I want the balls and strikes to be called correctly as the strike zone is. So, yeah, I saw that. It's the weekend of. They don't play on Thanksgiving Day. So, But they already have a radar track the pitches into the strike zone. So why? 2 minutes of stoppage time. Why haven't they done this yet, so to speak? So 2 minutes of stoppage time. 4-0 Cartagines. I'm surprised we have 2 minutes. I'm surprised. Exactly. Well, that'd probably be the one reason VAR was right. Or the one time it was okay. But then again, you take away some history. So strike zone advantages entirely on 0-2 counts becomes the size of the world on 3-0 counts. Exactly. Like, even the human umps are like, oh, I'm going to stretch the strike zone when it's a 3-0 count. If it was a 2-0 count, there's no strike zone because they want to keep it going. So, unless they swing. That's another problem. Keep your strike zone the same throughout the game. You shouldn't be having a strike zone that changes throughout the game. Or if the team pisses you off, you pull up the strike zone. If a team like Hernandez, Carapaza play umps like that. I don't think Joe West was ever that bad, but Angel Hernandez, Vic Carapaza, 20 seconds. This is real. What's real? Five seconds. What is real? Say, punch, shot. Oh, goal de Cartagines. 5-0. Daily scores. I think I know what you're talking about now. What the hell was Jocoro doing? Oh, boy. Punched ball, played in, off the post, and nobody's watching daily. What the hell? Nobody's watching him. Jocoro. Lord have mercy. Oh my God. Huh. Well, there you go. Full time. 5-0. 5-0. Cartagines. They absolutely dominate Jocoro. And we have our winner. Cartagines. 5-0. 5-0. There you go. With that being said, if you like this stream, like it, share, subscribe. You know what it is. Tell your friends. Hit that like button. Hit that subscribe button. Hit that bell notification once subscribed. Send super chats on the live streams. Comment on this video. Put us in playlist. Share with friends and family. All that great stuff. Cartagines are now leading Group A on goals scored. If Saprissa wins, Saprissa will take the lead back tomorrow. But first off, we have to deal with this. Olympia has to win. They can't do anything but win over CD Faz and Santa Tecla. With that being said, if you like this video, like it, share, subscribe. You know what it is. Tell your friends. Hit that like button. Hit that subscribe button. Hit that bell notification once subscribed. Send super chats on live streams. Comment on this video. Put us in playlist. Share with friends and family. All that great stuff. I'll see you in a couple of minutes for the start of CD Faz versus CD Olympia live stream. And then we'll review this match as well. See you then. I'm Ryan and I'm out. Peace. See you. Congratulations to Cartagines. Commiserations to Jocoro.